A case that could set a precedent when it comes to holding parents responsible for crimes committed by their child. A Michigan appeals court is deciding whether to bring charges against the parents of school shooter Ethan Crumbley. Trevor Ault has the details. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. This may be the first time in America that the parents of a school shooter are also charged. And prosecutors say while Ethan Crumbley opened fire in that school, his parents acted so egregiously, ignoring warning signs and buying their son that gun, that they also have to be held criminally responsible. This morning, a Michigan appeals court weighing whether unprecedented charges against the parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley can continue to trial.
What things did they do or not do that led to these events?
The case is the first of its kind. James and Jennifer Crumbley are charged with 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say gross negligence makes them at least partially responsible for their son Ethan's November 2021 rampage, when he killed 4 classmates and injured 7 others, including a teacher.
You know, what's the precedent we're going to set here? I mean, there are a lot of families with kids who might not be as stable as the parents would like them to be.
Prosecutors allege the Crumbleys bought the weapon then 15-year-old Ethan used to carry out the massacre with Ethan's money, even though prosecutors say he displayed obvious mental health issues, allegedly having hallucinations a month before the shooting. They say in the weeks prior, the school reported to the parents Ethan was searching ammunition in class, to which Jennifer Crumbley allegedly texted her son, "LOL, you have to learn not to get caught."
There were warning signs all over the place.
Officials say the day of the massacre, Ethan was called to a counselor's office having drawn a disturbing drawing showing a gun, a person shot, and phrases like "blood everywhere" and "the thoughts won't stop, help me." Tuesday, the judges questioned why the Crumbleys didn't take him home or even hug him when they were called to the school that morning.
James Crumbley did not know that EC had access to that firearm.
He bought him the gun.
Well, and the first thing he did when he heard about the school shooting was go back home to see if the gun was there.
The Crumbleys' attorneys admitted the parents made tremendously bad decisions, but argue they and the school believed Ethan was only a threat to himself. They argue pursuing these charges would set a dangerous precedent, potentially holding parents responsible for any crime committed by their child.
As a parent, I don't owe a legal duty to every kid at my 4 kids' schools. I don't owe a legal duty to every person my child encounters on the street.
And even the prosecutors say charging parents with their children's crime should require some extreme facts, but they believe that is the case here. And a panel of 3 judges will now decide if there's enough evidence for it to go to trial, guys.
Okay, Trevor, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Dan, this could be a landmark case.
Absolutely. This is definitely a case of first impression. There have been other cases where, for example, a parent doesn't secure their weapon, and let's say a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old gets access and hurts someone. Parents have been charged in cases like that. But a case like this, where you're talking about the intentional conduct of a 15-year-old and saying that the parents are now charged with involuntary manslaughter, meaning they are responsible for the deaths, that is something that has never been done before. And the question is, where is that line between horrible parenting and criminality?
So what is the strongest argument from the prosecution?
Foreseeability. Their argument is that the parents should have been able to see that something like this could happen based on all the warning signs that Trevor just laid out. Everything from the weapon to his mental health to being called into the school that day, to text messages that had been sent back and forth, to the parents not taking action when they should have known about his problems. So all of that, prosecutors say, should have led the parents to know that something like this could happen.
The fact that they're having this appeals court hearing now is kind of a win for the defense, right?
Right, because the judge had initially said this case can move forward. The Supreme Court of Michigan then said, whoa, let's put the brakes on here. This is a pretty unusual case. We want to send this back to the appellate court, let the appellate court resolve it, which is the argument that we just saw, and then let's figure out if this goes to trial. So the fact that this hearing is even happening is a big win for parents who had initially been ordered to stand trial.
A lot of people are going to be watching this.
Yeah, it's a really interesting case.
All right, Dan, thank you as always. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.